focus on Romania.
Hi guys, welcome to Music Time. It's lovely to have you here. If you could introduce yourselves to our listeners.
Thank you for having us. I'm Carina Sava. I wear several hats in the music industry. I own my artist management agency. I'm a co-founder of Women in Music. I'm also running the Mastering the Music Business conference with my partners.
Wow.
So I do lots of things.
That's great.
And my name is Monica-Elena Costin. I also have multiple hats in the music business industry. I manage my own band that's called the Strizzers. We have been here a while ago. I also work with Overground Music at Logistics and PR. And for Women in Music, I do PR and communication.
I see. Well, it's great to have you here. So Women in Music. How would you define it? Is it a platform? Is it a project, a program, a community? How would you define it?
It started as a project, but it became a platform. Right now, we are running several programs and projects for the women in the music industry. It started with a few meetings among women in the music industry, and then we did the first mentorship program in the music industry here in Romania. And right now we are at the 5th edition. We can't believe it that it's been 5 years since we started. And we do a lot of events and projects, workshops. We have a lot of educational initiatives. We try to think about what could be helpful for the females in the music industry, whether they're artists or music professionals.
I see. How did you notice there is a demand or a need for women to be more involved?
From my own experience,
Okay.
I started as a music manager for an established band. I had this great luck to start working with an established pop rock band, and I noticed that I didn't have any kind of support system, and I needed one.
I see.
And I did have some colleagues in the music industry that I could reach out to, but I felt the need to have something more specific, more sustainable maybe. And since I was traveling to many music business conferences abroad, I realized that there were some initiatives internationally. And I reached out to one of them and decided to open a chapter in Romania. So Women in Music basically started as a chapter of Women in Music International. And then we decided to go independent to have our own structure. But basically everything we do starts from what we sense as our need when we were younger.
I see.
This is how we try to look at things. And when we started the mentorship program, in the beginning we thought that we were catering to the young females in the music industry. And it was true, but we also realized that there was a huge need among the leaders, the female leaders, to be seen, to have a community to talk to. And it was amazing for us to realize that actually it's not only the young females that need this kind of community, but it's all of us. So even if it started as a need for our younger versions, we still feel that we benefit a lot from this platform.
Tell me a little more about this mentorship program, because I think it's your latest.
Well, it's one of our first and latest, because it's been running for 5 years. It's definitely our biggest project. I can talk from the initiator's perspective, but maybe later Monica can also add from her experience, because she was a mentee in this program, and afterwards she became part of our team. It started as an European project. It ran in 5 countries, I think, at the same time. And I think Romania is the only one where it keeps going. And of course, we developed it in many ways. But at its base is that we have 10 young females that work in the music industry. They're just starting out. And we pair them with 10 female leaders in the music industry based on their needs and their field of expertise. And they have several one-on-one meetings during the program, but we also have group meetings so that all the mentees benefit from meeting all the other mentors. Yeah. And we also tried to connect them as much as possible with the industry in general. So we organize visits to all kinds of companies in the music industry, agencies, festivals, labels, and so on. Then we try to, 3 years ago, starting with a feedback that we received from former mentees, we decided to give them a special project. So basically, we give them a brief, and they have to solve it before the program finishes. Great, yeah. 3 years ago, they had to organize a concert. Last year, they had to organize a songwriting camp only for females. And this year, they are managing an artist for 6 months. It's very hard for them. It's been a huge challenge, but they're doing great. And we're super proud that basically we help them actually work in the music industry. They get real experience out of it. But I'm sure Monica could add more because she had to go through this.
Yeah. Well, I learned about women in music from mutual friends in the industry, and last year decided to apply. So I was a mentee in the 4th edition, and I had the honor of doing that songwriting camp for the first time, all female. We're planning on doing something bigger with that, but maybe we'll talk later about it. And it was a really great experience for me. Beyond the networking and the learning, the community was what made me want to stick to this and become part of the team. And so I really believe that beyond the platform and the project, it's about community, and the fact that at the moment we have 50 females that have gone through this program and all the mentors, and it's such a great place where you can ask things and do your job better because you know those people that can help you with whatever you need. So yeah, that's quite amazing, I think.
Do you have a lot of applicants?
We do have our application process goes through 3 phases. First, they have to just apply. There is an application form, a lot of questions to answer to. Afterwards, we do the interviews. That's something that we started 2 or 3 years ago, I think. We decided that it's easier for us to get to know them if we also see them, even if it's just online. So we go through these interviews with almost half of the applicants. It depends on what kind of applications we have. And then we do the matchmaking. Basically, we make our final decision taking into account the mentors, because it's very important to have a good chemistry between the two, and also to try to cater somehow to the needs of the mentees. So sometimes we find women that are amazing. We would like to have them in our program, but maybe there are 2 of them who would be suited for the same mentor, and then we let the mentor pick. So we give them the application, and we ask them to choose only one. So there are these 3 phases, and we feel that we're becoming better and better at this exercise, but it's also a huge challenge for us, and we take it very seriously, because we know that once they are in this program, we change something in their lives. I'm not saying that we're changing their lives, because it's not like that, but we know that if they are very serious and they take advantage of what we can offer them, they can make great things. And they are becoming part of this community that Monica was mentioning.
Yeah, I noticed participation is free of charge. So is it a volunteer program? Is it financed by anybody?
Ooh, you're touching on something very... we're all volunteers in this program. We do have some sponsors that support our work in order for us to pay for different services that we need. The program has been free. Every year we're debating if we should add an admission fee or not. We still haven't got to any conclusion. It's not about the money, but about the accountability. Sometimes when you pay a fee, maybe you're more accountable and you really take advantage of everything that it's being offered to you. But other than that, we try to apply to different grants. We just finished an application last week for one of our projects. But basically we rely on sponsors for covering some of our costs. Yes. But we as a team, we're volunteers.
Yes. Huge burden, I imagine. Yeah.
It can be sometimes, but we kind of have this feeling that we're doing something really nice for the community, and that's what keeps us going, probably the main thing. And we like working with each other, and that's also a big thing, because if you didn't like doing that, it would be quite hard to sustain this living organism.
Yeah. And it's also very rewarding for us, not only because we see the results, but for me, for example, I've been in this industry for many, many years already. And it's very helpful for me to stay connected to the younger generation, to get to meet all these amazing ladies that I believe that many of them will become the leaders of tomorrow in this industry. So it's also beneficial in this way, you know. With some of them, maybe we get to work as we work with Monica. She has become part of our team, and I think many of our team members right now, I think it's 3 of us who started in the beginning, but the other team members, they're all ex-mentees. So we basically invited them to be part of our team. And again, as Monica is also an example, she's working with Overground Music, which is one of our partners. We have some of our colleagues work with and own Overground Music Agency. And they got to have Monica part of their team as well. So it's also beneficial for us as music industry professionals. We're about to launch an internship with one of the top music production companies in Romania, which is destined specifically for the mentees, for the community of women in music mentees. That's highly rewarding for us to see that our colleagues in the industry see the value of these ladies and of what we're doing.
I hope I didn't get it wrong. I can't find it here. But I think I read somewhere that this mentorship program is not open to artists and composers. Why is that?
Because it's how it started. We felt that there is room in the music industry for female professionals who should become leaders or entrepreneurs. There are many females working in this industry, but many of them are working for companies owned by men. So this is one of my goals, and the goals of Women in Music is to see more female entrepreneurs in this industry. And this is how it started. We feel that we have to do more for the artist. We're trying to think of other projects destined for them. Maybe at some point even a mentoring process or a mentoring program. but I think that their needs are kind of different of those of the professionals. And sometimes artists tend to be so focused on what could they gain for their own careers. They're very focused on what could be beneficial for their own careers, that they don't necessarily think in terms of professionalizing it for the industry in general.
Yeah.
We did have some artists. Monica is one of them. She's also an artist. She was an exception. Also, we have we had as a mentee Andra Andriucă. She's also part of our team. But both Andra and Monica have the capacity to think and to act beyond their own careers. So they're great project managers. They're very generous in terms of building the industry in general. So not focusing only on their careers. And I think these are two separate things, and we try to keep them as separate as possible. Because, for example, we have mentors that work for labels, and we don't want them to get the pressure that they're working with a mentee that maybe focuses on how can I get signed to your label, you know. On the other hand, we had mentees who got new jobs because of the program, because of their own mentors who hired them, or other mentors who noticed them and then offered them a job. It's not something we always tell the mentees and mentors. It's not the goal of the program. You're not here to find a job. You're not here to offer a job. You don't have to feel this pressure. But if it happens, of course, we're very happy to see it happening. So, yeah.
Okay.
We don't discourage it, but it has to come natural for the specific person. And I want to add something on what Carina said. Both me and Andra, we are artists, but even before applying to the program, we also worked with other artists doing various things like social media or booking. Or we didn't apply from the artist point of view. We mentioned it. I'm also an artist and but we applied mostly with the other side of our career.
I see.
Because the program is tailored specifically with the workshops and all the visits for people in the music business.
I see. You mentioned other projects. Could we go through them briefly, because there are a lot of them and I'd like people to know about them?
Sure.
Ooh, where do we start? I would mention Her Story. It's one of the projects that's very dear to our hearts. We started it, I think, 2 years ago. It started as interviews, live interviews with female leaders in the music industry. Heads of companies, of festivals, even some artists. And there were very small events, but they were very intimate at the same time. And this year we took this event in two different directions. One is that we had the Her Story stage in some festivals. We had this in Timișoara, and it's Râșnov at History Festival in Râșnov, Film and History, I think it's called. And also during Mastering the Music Business, which is the biggest music business conferences in Romania, we had two special Her Story interviews. One was with my friend and colleague Anca Lupes, who is the founder of Mastering the Music Business, and the second one was our first international Her Story with Katie Melua, and we were very, very proud of it. Then we have Her Tune, which has become a project after the mentees started it last year, and we're trying to grow this platform. We have the networking events.
3 yearly networking events. The 8th of March brunch, a special networking event that's called Shutter Sounds and Coffee, where we have photographers take pictures of the women that come and visit us for their portfolio, for online presence, for conference, whatever they needed. So professional pictures. And also we did a networking. And next up is the Christmas party, where we gather all the community, including the men that work with us on different projects. It's like the biggest networking event because everybody is invited.
I see.
We also have a newsletter that we send every month, and we try to think of it as a very small magazine, so that it's really interesting and maybe helpful sometimes for the readers. We had this project that happened only online, digitally. It was called Backstage Insight, where we took we did very small interviews with people from all around the industry, female, men, artists, professionals, it didn't matter, but the focus was on focusing on one woman that they believe it's amazing. So we tried to put the spotlight on that woman. Then we have another project that we started this year, where we spend a day. It's her day. We spend a day with one female artist or professional in the music industry, and we try to show how the magic happens. So from very intimate or very personal things that they do, like I don't know, taking care of their dogs, or going to shop for groceries and so on, to the work they do in the studio, meetings that they take, and so on. That's one of the new projects that we did, and we're still thinking of all the other needs that the artists maybe, because we focus so much on professionals that we feel we need to tackle more on the needs of artists. We keep thinking of new projects, but at the same time we are trying to also cater for our own needs as a team. And this is a project in itself sometimes, that taking care of the well-being of the team, of making it more efficient, but also making sure that everybody feels safe, and so on. So
I would like to add, I think it's a good time to mention that next year we'll actually have a project for artists. Just a bit of a small spoiler. So artists could really watch us, because I think in February we'll be launching it, and it's specifically for female artists, and they'll get to play on stage, and it will be really cool. So maybe check us out on Instagram or in the newsletter, because that will be a great time to be near us.
We really believe that women are stronger when they support each other. It's not just a slogan that we keep repeating. We strongly believe in it. Sometimes you hear that females cannot be team players, that when you have several women in the same room,
we all know these.
we hear that a lot, and I think sometimes it can be true, because we have to struggle so much to be seen, to be part of the project, to have a seat at the table even. So we feel like we're in a competition. But actually what happens is that when we support each other, we really take care of each other, we're much stronger. And I think we start understanding that more and more somehow.
What would you say was the biggest challenge, the most difficult thing you had to do during these years since you started?
Starting it. I think starting it was difficult, because I had this idea. I felt the need and the idea of bringing women together in the Romanian music industry. I was afraid. I felt like I'm going to be called a feminist, and it was like, this is a bad thing, because you don't want to be called a feminist, right? Come on. And also in the beginning it was hard to convince even some of the women that it was something useful, because some of them tend to be very I don't know if they were afraid or they were not necessarily convinced that there was a need, because of course it depends on what experience each woman has or had. Also, sometimes I think we have this tendency of rewriting some of our experiences. I remember talking to a promoter with great experience, and she was like, I never felt like I'm less than just because I'm a woman. And I asked her, when you go to meet some of your sponsors and you go with your partner, with your business partner who is a man, how are things going? Oh, of course they talk to him. They don't. In the beginning, they talk to him. They didn't talk to me. And I was like, why is that? See, you had to gain. Of course, you're now very respected, and you gain your seat at the table. But it wasn't easy in the beginning. So our role right now is to maybe make it easier for the for the younger women. And just talking, sometimes it's useful just to talk about your own experience and telling them that I went through this, you're not alone. It can be super helpful.
I had I was afraid at some point you would be telling me that all this started because a sort of Me Too experience, and I was dreading. I hope this was not the case.
No, it was not the case. I would like to know of some of them, if there are, of course. I don't know. But I would like to know of Me Too experience in the music industry, if there are any. I know of all kind of experiences, not maybe in the Me Too area. And sometimes it can be very hard to know how to act or what to do, or but if there are any kind of experience in this industry and people will get to speak about it, I think it would mean that this is a safe enough place for them to do it. But I really don't know. And we started with a lot of focus on the business side. We want to make this community safe, but there is a lot of focus on the business side, on helping them grow maybe, and develop some of the soft skills sometimes, because it's not only about knowing the industry or music business education, if you want, but also developing some soft skills, some confidence, and access to the network. It's so important to know who to call when you need something.
That's a relief. Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.